You know, you go away for a little while, the stream dries up. Bastards. Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting year for me. Now I could, we quite blunt it, have sat on my arse for a few months, do a few deals, take a bit of work on, you know, here and there, and basically coast it till the back end of the year, when some stuff could be lined up then. So let's face it, I've been working hard for, you know, 6.5, 7 months. So, and it was then there was the Olympics thing before that, and you know, basically last year was full, and it would have been nice to have a little time off, but to be honest, this is my time off. I had a ball over in Dublin. It was bloody awesome, because it meant I could go into work, get done exactly what needed to be done. Apart from 5 occasions, I never need to pull a late one, because everything was done on time. Simple as that. Now, it learned me a lot about me as well. There's lots of about me that it made me realise that, you know, although it could be obvious to everybody else, that isn't as obvious to me, because I'm looking at it from the inside, right? You're looking at it from the outside. So there was a lot of important stuff. Like, I realised that for years I've been terrified of change and of being out of control. Now, I know I'm a control freak. A lot of us are, you know. But knowing it and knowing how deep that runs helps. Also knowing exactly how fast can I work at full pace when I have to, when the deadline is looming and you've got, you know, the VFX soup standing next to you like, look, we need this shot in an hour. You know, it made me realize how fast I can work when I put my mind to it, which is a lot faster than I even thought it was possible. But again, I don't want to make this sound like this one man back. It wasn't. It was a fucking team effort, and I had a fantastic team to do stuff, and the comp department was fantastic. So that's, I'll cover more about that when I'm able to, because the whole load of awesome stories, there really is. But so a nice little nod to the likes of Gorlov and John, Daniel, but yeah, and Jack Moore, of course. Well, Jack Moore probably doesn't watch these. And of course, Sarah and Amy, who both end up moving on about the same time as me. You know, it's take a lot of things. End the project, people move on, and then probably come back for the next one. But yeah, so I realised that sometimes I'm afraid of what will somebody think, not of what my art, I doesn't give a shit about that. You know, I care about it, but I don't care what the man in the street cares about it, right? And by man in the street I mean 3D, you know. It's like, if another artist is going to have a bitch because it hasn't got eyelashes or something, or whatever fucking esoteric thing, but if the client's happy and it does what it's supposed to, great, you know. But I care too much, I think, at times about what people thought of me personally as a person. I don't know why. I know that like, there's 50% of the people that I bump into, I've always been the same, 50% of the people think I'm great, alright, and get on with them and be great, and the other 50% want to kill us. You know, there's no middle ground really. And I don't know why that is, it's probably something to do with personality, but I don't compromise, you know, I'm not one of these people who bullshits. I do what I do, I say what I think, and if I think something's shit, I'll tell you, you know. Yeah, sometimes I'll wrap it up and make it sound a bit nicer. I don't just go up to somebody saying that shit, fix it. I'll tell them what's right with it, and then I'll go through what's wrong with it, and then say, right, this is the things that you need to change, which usually works better. But I thought, well, why am I bothered? Why am I bothered what everybody else thinks of me? You know, I'm 42 this year. I'm officially middle-aged, right? I've been middle-aged for a while. But so why not? Why just do what I do and do the best I can? You know, push myself to, you know, not me limits. I know what happens when I push me limits. But yeah, it should be fun, you know what I mean? There'll be all sorts of things that'll pop out. It gives me more time to put on everything, not just sculpting, but the whole art, you know. But yeah, now this year it's like, I know I've got to go at some point in the next 3 or 4 weeks. I've got to pop back to Dublin for a day or two and sort a few things with my bank over there out, which I might have a bit of time to catch up with people over there, some of them, like, some of the friends and that, but I don't know, depends. It could be hectic, it depends how long the fucking bank wants me in there, just to give me my fucking money. Then I think it's the 17th May? I think it's the 17th of May. I'm judging at the GradX thingy at, where the hell's it at? Stafford University. I've got a mental block with Stafford University, and I've been there before. So it'll be nice to see Dave again, and everybody else. And see what the young up-and-coming guys are up to, because last time I was there it was absolutely amazing, because you know, if you've been in this industry for a while you should be scared, because some of these young guys are really fucking phenomenal. See, you might have learned watching this from loads of videos and DVDs, from Norman, digital tutors, from me, from Glenn, stuff from Mount Ward, all over the place, right? You could have been learned from fucking anybody, but every time somebody releases something or a bit of knowledge, everybody else builds on that. Now, the kids that are coming in now, they don't have to learn via that process. They just say, okay, what's the best way to do this? And they'll say, right, you do that, that, or that. There's the 3 ways that work. And they'll learn it like that. Now, yeah, sometimes it means they don't have as broad a knowledge. But it means that they can get good a lot bloody faster. So, yeah, it's always fun to see that, and I look forward to it every year. I missed last year, because that was the year after the stroke, and I was a bit, you know, I didn't really want people seeing this. Same reason I missed end user event last year, but I am lecturing there this year at end user event, end of June. Now, there's going to be a few people, I think, from the 3D department of screen seeing there. I won't mention any names in case there's somebody to say they're not going, but it'll be quite fun actually. I'm looking forward to it. But now, of course, it means I've got to do a lot of networking. I've got to treat it less like doing it from home and more like a proper business, which is not going to be good. You know, I'd hate the business side, but it's got to be done. But yeah, I've actually I've got a couple of days I'm going to try and redecorate the house. Then Monday at 9 AM I get the keys. Then I'm going to move everything in. I've still got to find a fucking chair, yeah, and a lot of other things, like, you know, like cables and stuff, you know, all the boring shit. Sort out some internet, because I'm actually going to use, I'll go through all that, you know, but I'll probably start doing some of these from my office a lot, because it's going to be easier. But I might have to put a disclaimer on the front of them, because if it's on this channel, right, then it's considered a personal one. But I'll probably create a one for Academy Effects. That's if somebody hasn't already fucking done it before us and got the bloody thing for it. But you know, anything official will go on there. If it's on here, it's just me, right? Wayne Robson. That's sort of important, because clients can get a bit antsy if you start talking about all sorts of crazy shit. But yeah. So again, as I say, it's been a good year for me last year. And in case you're wondering, Last Days on Mars is due out, I think, is it 17th, 15th, middle of bloody September anyway. And I will be at the premiere. Supposedly, they're going to have armed fucking guards to keep me out. The amount of hours that's been put in on this, seriously. It's, I'm actually looking forward to it. But, and the director's a really nice guy. And I think it's worth the wait. Yes, don't expect Transformers 3. No. It's I'm going into a hole here. I'm digging myself in a really big fucking hole, and I better stop right now. One more time, about 8 minutes. I better start walking up this fucking bank. See, I decided to do my walk, as I haven't been this walk for fucking half a year. And even though I was fairly fit when I was over in Dublin, I've put all the weight back on the last 3 weeks, right? Because you go mad with all the fucking chutty bars and chip butties and shit. At least I do. So, you know, I'll do the reverse walk today, because it doesn't have the big giant hill at the end, right? But it's got this longer, slightly less inclined hill. So I'm fucked either way, you know what I mean? I'm already knackered. But as I'm on a personal front, I'm fairly happy at the moment. There's some stuff, you know, on the real life side needs my attention, because usually I find whenever I've been away and you've been a nice big block of money, it's like somebody puts an all points bulletin out. Wayne Robson has money, he has money, send the bills in. And suddenly you get bills for shit you don't even know there was a bill for. So I supposedly expect that money to run out in about a month or two, right? It's the way it always happens. And try as I might to keep money safe and put away for a rainy day, somebody will sell the fucking bill. So yeah, we'll have to see. But I did say I wanted a month off, so I've had 3 weeks now. It'll take me a few weeks to get the internal infrastructure of the academy effects sorted out. But see, out of breath already. I'm not really out of breath by now. You know, I might actually start doing exercise, proper exercises. So we're getting rid of this gut. Caused by too much Guinness, that's what that was caused by. Actually, it wasn't. It's weird, it wasn't the Guinness, because I actually lost weight. It was caused by the chip butties and shite I've been eating since I got back. But right, as I'm heading up towards the bridge, up there, I might as well get going because I won't be able to breathe in a minute. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.